a beautiful day to be a Raider, draped in the silver and black. I represent the shield. I represent the swords. Oh, you know what time it is, Raider Nation. Oh yeah, you know what time it is. That's why you're here right now. That's why you take a little bit of time out of your evening to join me. Because you know what time it is. Oh yeah. It's time to bring them.
What's up, Raider Nation? I am the Commish, coming to you live from Hardcore Challenge Live Studios, deep behind the enemy line. This is Raider Reaction. What's up? Happy Memorial Day. Happy 3-day weekend. Hope everybody got out there, remembered what the day was about, why we have the day off, and gave a little remembrance. Hope everybody was safe. Hope everybody's getting home safe. What's up, Taz? So, happy Memorial Day to the Raider Nation. And even though it is Memorial Day, it is a Monday. And what happens every Monday and Wednesday on Raider Reaction? We go deep, league-wide. Goes to the post with Prime and the Commish. Prime is the Raider Reaction resident sports guru. He has been a ring announcer for pro MMA and boxing, PA announcer for professional soccer, play-by-play in color for college basketball, and play-by-play in color for college football. Like I said, he is our resident sports guru. And Prime, again, joins us on Monday. Even though it's Memorial Day, we're here for you. What's up, Prime?
Let's get ready to not break any copyright laws. What's up, Commish?
Yes. None of that. We don't need to be in Facebook jail. No copyright infringements.
Yeah, nonetheless, yeah, we got another
What's up, Scott?
Goes to the Post edition, people.
Yes.
So we might as well go deep.
Absolutely. So, there hasn't been a ton of huge news since the last time we got together, Prime, but there has been little ripples in the NFL world. What's up, Donald? Coming to us from Hawaii. So,
I love Hawaii.
I would say probably the two biggest ripples that have happened are the rumors of Kaepernick to Seattle. I've heard rumors that it's a done deal, but then again, we've went days now, and I've seen no actual ink to paper yet. So, I don't know what I think. What do you think about that one?
Well, you know, it's gonna take time. The OTAs have just started last week. You know, they're on a big vacation now, so, you know, not a lot of action is going to be taken. So, yeah, Colin Kaepernick is still most likely to end up with Seattle. And
I think it's a good fit.
yeah, it's a good fit. But I think it could stir some locker room issues that
It's strange that
were
it's
already
divisional.
somewhat volatile.
It's strange that it's divisional. So, but
Well, yeah, but there's that thing between Richard Sherman and Russell,
yeah,
where Richard Sherman doesn't like the quarterback, so he's caused a locker room divide. And the reasons that he doesn't really like the quarterback, it's kind of a sticky situation, and it's somewhat about race. I mean, as the story goes, basically, you know, they don't feel like their quarterback is, how shall I say, quote unquote, black enough.
Interesting. Wow.
So then when you add in Colin Kaepernick,
Yeah.
who is, you know, he rocks that afro and he does a lot of really good things
Huh.
Yeah, he built a school in Africa and all kinds of good stuff. So he backs up all the talk that he puts out there.
Interesting.
Yeah, so it's going to be neat to see how that plays out.
Yeah, like Chuck said, it's just interest at this time. But, considering it is Memorial Day weekend in the off season, this is about as big a news as getting kicked around right now. So, is a possible previous Super Bowl quarterback making a move. He's not that old yet. His story, his story is just, it's just an interesting story. The kid came out of nowhere, rose quick. He's in the Super Bowl, and then he's nowhere. He's on the bench, just like in no time.
Yeah, it didn't make any sense. Once Jim Harbaugh, the quarterback, left,
man,
then that whole organization fell into a state of disarray. And Chip Kelly, I think, then came in. Maybe there was someone before him, but Chip Kelly, he didn't really get Kaepernick.
No, I didn't. He didn't. I thought Kaepernick was maybe going to be a good fit. I thought that was going to be a resurgence for him when Chip Kelly came there, because I thought he was going to maybe fit in that little niche offense of his. But I don't know, man. I just don't think Chip Kelly's scheme fits in the NFL. Period.
I don't know. I kind of think Chip Kelly is an innovative coach, and his scheme has had a little bit of success back in Philadelphia. So I think Chip Kelly can succeed in this league if he has the right players that are really into smoothies and yoga.
I guess that's any coach. I guess that's any coach. If you can have all of the right perfect pieces for your puzzle, then you can make everything a lot easier.
But Chip Kelly's trying to do something that no other coach has really tried before.
Yeah.
I mean, with his fast-paced offense and running a million plays, and
yeah, I don't know.
It's just a read and react.
It seems
sort of game plan.
Yeah, I don't know. I was never sold on that, on his. But you know what? For brief moments though, it looked like it had flashes of maybe working.
Yeah, exactly.
At times, it looked like it might work out, but I don't know. There's a reason why the NFL runs as it runs. These little niche things, they only seem to work for briefly. Like everybody thought they'd try the Tebow thing. You'd have the.
Oh no.
Everybody thought the read option stuff was going to work, and then
well, the read option did work for a good long time until they figured you could just rush the quarterback and hit him whether he had the ball or not.
Yeah, all it is tape, man. Once there's tape on stuff. What's up, Rick? NorCal Rick. Once there's tape on stuff, and the football minds in the NFL are too smart. Once there's a little tape on it, you give them a season, it starts to get shut down. It only takes a season or two before these niche things go away. So, I don't know. At some point, you just got to come back to the basics. But
Kaepernick will be all right in Seattle.
I think he'll be all right in Seattle. I think that's a good move for both of them. But like I said, it's all speculation currently. One of the other big moves is in the NFC North. You had another divisional moving within division. What's up, Brian? In division, and that is Matt Asiata, running back. Goes apparently. He thought the house was getting a little too full in Minnesota. Now that they pulled Latavius Murray in, signed Dalvin Cook, and he bounces and goes to Detroit. What do you think about this move?
Well, I think with Detroit's current backfield, I know they have Travis Zenner, who sort of fills that same bruiser role that Asiata would. except Zenner has better hands. I don't know. I don't know if he's going to get that much playing time. I don't know why they signed him. It doesn't really make a lot of sense.
What up, Raider Rob? I don't either. Unless they're just, I don't know. The Lions have not had, ever since Barry, have not had the greatest success at running back. They get these guys in there and they're good for a minute, but they seem to go through a lot of them. So maybe they just feel they need several to make it through the season.
Yeah, but Abdullah, he's got talent.
He does.
And Theo Riddick has talent as well. They both have injury issues, though. So maybe Asiata can get some playing time just by injury.
That's the thing. I tell you, man, just because obviously I play fantasy football as do you, and when you try to roll, it is so hard to get running backs to make it through a season. So I mean, that's basically what NFL owners and coaches are having to look at this the same way. These guys just don't make it through a season, and you got to have several of them. Even though if one's your number one, you got to figure he's going to miss a little bit of time through the season, at least here or there, sporadically, at best. The
days of the bell cow running back are over. There's a handful in the league, maybe 4 or 5 guys. Other than that, it's always a group of running backs, a stable of running backs, joint running backs. I mean, the Lions, for instance, do have Zach Zenner and Amir Abdullah and Theo Riddick, all of which have had fantasy significance, by the way.
Yes, they have. They have.
And so Asiata, I just don't really see him breaking that seal.
No, I had a lot of hope for Abdullah. I drafted him as a rookie in my fantasy league because I thought he might be something that I wanted to carry on for the future. And he had some flashes there, man. He did have some flashes, but...
Yeah, not every running back hits in the first round. I mean, the first year of their career.
Oh, Eddie, Fernandez, the Raiders are still trash, he says. So who you repping, Eddie? You gonna come in and throw it out there? Who you repping? I mean, if you're gonna come out there and throw it out there, we only got one rule on Raider Reaction. If you're gonna come, bring the fire. So bring it. If you're gonna throw the Raiders out there as trash, who are you repping? Please. The Broncos, the donkeys. Oh, it's a donkey troll on Memorial Day. Isn't that lovely? Man, your days are over. Your days are over. That door has been closed. You got nobody. You got no quarterback and Jamal Charles.
That's little Trevor Siemian.
You got no quarterback and Jamal Charles. Jamal Charles duct taped together. He's going to carry you somewhere? Come on, man. Get out of here. You ain't worth the time, donkey boy.
Yep. Nothing but 3 paper clips and a strip of tape holding that knee together.
Yep. They won't make it to week 4. I got money on that one. Oh, no way. Yeah, no quarterback. Psst, come on. No running game. Your coaching staff's even questionable at this point. So, running backs. Speaking of running backs in the AFC West, Marshawn Lynch, beast mode, has been held out basically out of OTAs thus far. He's been out there. Basically what Del Rio's saying is that they just want to get him used to the rhythm and being out there with the team and want to ease him in physically. So he says it's nothing. He says it's little of nothing and no concern, so not to worry. But I don't know. You see anything to worry about of that?
No, it's OTA. He's a veteran player. You know, he's sporting sunglasses and flip flops on the sidelines. That's what he's doing.
Yeah, I mean,
and that's all he really needs to be doing. When it comes regular season, he'll be ready and he'll get all beast mode on folks and start running over people and scoring touchdowns.
Oh, man. We got this guy chirping. Hold on, Prime. I got this guy chirping back in here.
Yeah.
We got a chirper. Oh, we got a couple of them. Yeah, I know. You went and picked up our scraps to try and fill in your offensive line. So, good luck with that. Good luck with that. You went and picked up our scraps to fill in your offensive line. The reason you didn't hear about Derek Carr, have I remind you, this is only his 4th year in the season, or in the league. This is only his 4th season in the league. That's why you're hearing about Derek Carr. And in his 3rd season, you heard about him as MVP candidate the entire season, and he led his team to 12-4, 12 wins before he would have went down. And the only reason you got a win over us in the last week was because he wasn't there. Now, we all know it's true. Even you guys know it's true. Even as Donkey fans, you can see that. So, just sit down.
Yeah.
Sit down. Enjoy the show.
If you're just tuning in, this is the Ghost of the Post edition of the Raider Reaction.
Yes.
Featuring the Commish
and
Prime.
Prime and the Commish. We go deep league-wide every Monday and Wednesday. Ghost of the Post on Raider Reaction. So, and we got a couple donkey trolls hanging in the crowd today on a.
Yeah, it's his first season starting, homie.
And because they had nobody else, he got stuck by default. Your entire safety net for Peyton Manning was Brock Osweiler, and Osweiler's like, dude, you know, he took a contract on a phone call to get out of Denver because he wanted no part of you guys. So you got left with Simeon. He was the only guy left. It's like he looked down the bench and like, I guess it's you. Give Trevor the ball. That's all you had. Then you got nobody else. Then you go out and what? You drafted offensive lineman. You got garbage at quarterback, and you go out and drafted offensive lineman in the first pick to protect who? To protect who? And then you go get the worst beat up retread running back out on the market. You guys. Oh, come on. You guys, no. Moving on. Another big news. Well, not big news, but I mean free agent news. Victor Cruz has a home, Prime. Moving in also.
Yeah. It's going to be a Chicago Bear.
Yes, sir. Signed a 1-year deal to go catch balls for Napoleon Dynamite. So, well, we'll see.
It might be Mitch Trubisky.
It may be Trubisky. Trubisky does not have a contract yet, though.
Still unsigned?
He's still unsigned, so they got to put some ink to the paper there to close that one out. But, you know, could be an alright. Victor Cruz needed somewhere to go. I don't know if Chicago is not renowned as a prolific passing offense and never has been. So I don't know if this is the team that Victor Cruz needed to resurrect his career. But I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah, I mean, that wide receiver crew of Kevin White and who else do they have at wide receiver?
They got rid of Jeffries.
Yeah, Alshon's gone. So we're looking at Josh Bellamy and Marquez Wilson.
Yeah, that's so. I mean,
So-
they need the help. I mean, he's a good addition for them, but
There'll be plenty of balls for Cruz, who'll be doing that salsa in Chicago.
yeah, well,
He's got that little dance, you know?
yeah, I know. Yeah, that's cute. His little salsa dance. So, and he'll be able to do the salsa dance now without getting fined. So.
Oh yeah, he can do the salsa dance with the ball in his hands.
Yeah, he can salsa now without getting fined, which I'm glad. I think football is entertainment, man. These guys get paid millions and millions of dollars to get themselves in the end zone, and when they get there, they should be happy. And they should dance. And I expect them to.
I want them to.
Exactly.
Man.
I see nothing wrong with it at all.
That Joe Horn that pulled out the cell phone?
Yeah.
That was great.
Come on. Yeah, you got them bowling, and you do one's the fish, and the one guy does the reel, and come on, man.
Oh yeah.
That's good. That's great. That's good stuff. You want to see that stuff. And it just makes them want to get in there even more, so they can act a fool when you're being in there. So, no, I say the Bronchies will finish in third. They'll finish in third in the division. I think the Chargers are going to be in last. I will give them that credit. I think their defense will carry them through a little bit, but their offense is going to be atrocious this season. Atrocious. So.
Yep, they better score on punt returns.
Yeah. Talk now, Donkey fans. It's going to be a long season for you. So talk now. Get your chirping out now. Get your chirping out now. Because there won't be no chirping. We're going to run a train on you in week 4. It's going to be ugly. We're going to need medics. Medics on call. In Donkeyville.
It's going to be a bona fide soup kitchen.
Yes, sir.
In the back of a Prius.
Going back to Asiata leaving Minnesota, we touched on the immediate effect, which is in Detroit. But what about the exiting effect? You've got Latavius Murray, who just came there. You got Dalvin Cook, who was just signed, who's a rookie, and then you got McKinnon, who's I guess the old veteran stable. And it got old veteran Mayer in the stable there, ready to go. And
he's chirping at OTAs.
Yeah, he's saying, "Don't forget about me."
No, don't count me out. McKinnon thinks he can be the starter up in Minnesota. He's going to try and fit into those big old shoes of Adrian Peterson.
Yeah, I mean, even Peterson, he was he averaged less than 2 yards a carry last season behind that line.
Yeah, he was beating his kid and he got hurt. He didn't play a whole lot.
Yeah. No, he sure didn't. He sure didn't.
But he should fit in nicely down there with Drew Brees in New Orleans.
Yeah. I think that's going to be a decent fit. Like I said, I don't think they're going to use him that much. I think they picked him up as a compliment to what they already got there.
Yeah. I don't know. Their defense is still going to be garbage unless the draft works out for them. Because they drafted a lot of defense.
Yeah.
But honestly, if they didn't get an offensive line, once again, it's not really going to make too much of a difference. And I don't know. I think they've lost some of their wide receivers as well. So, all things considered, Adrian Peterson and Mark Ingram. I don't know. Mark Ingram's serviceable for sure.
Yeah, he's still solid. He has been, absolutely. He's still solid. That's why I thought that was an interesting signing down there, because I thought Mark Ingram had really proved himself last season, and then they went out and grabbed Peterson anyway. So, but I've heard that Peterson's there to complement Ingram, not the other way around. So, we'll see.
We will see.
We'll see.
Now,
Couple months.
Of course, there's always that news that happens in the off season that you really don't want to pay attention to, but it's probably more significant than anything else. We have that cornerback in Dallas.
Ah, yes.
Yeah, he got popped for a DUI.
You knew somebody, man. You knew somebody. You knew there was going to be a couple. Yeah, we got one. This was the biggest one, football related. Nolan Carroll. He's 30-year-old corner out of Dallas. Now, he just signed, Prime, in March. just signed a 3-year, $10 million contract with a $3 million signing bonus in March. So it's a very interesting little twist to this story there for Mr. Carroll, who's a 30-year corner who's bounced around to a couple teams and just kind of got a fairly decent contract with the Cowboys to go out and get popped on Monday, early on Memorial Day, for a
you don't give
DUWI.
you don't give $10 million to a guy who's going to sit on your bench.
No.
So they obviously had some idea, of course, that this guy was going to be played in their defensive scheme. And now he's gone and had an off-field incident. And it's going to be interesting to see how the league reacts. It was just this morning, I believe, that he got arrested.
Just this morning. Yep.
So, yeah, Carroll, he's going to start from behind, if you know what I mean.
Yep. Yeah, it just gets signed. 2 months ago. 2 months ago. He just gets signed. And you go out and get a... I mean, come on, man. Uber. Use Uber.
Yeah. Get a cab. Get a limousine. Have a chauffeur. You're rich.
Yeah, I mean, come on. Yeah, you just signed a $10 million deal with a $3 million signing bonus. $3 million! I'm sure you didn't have to drive home. Just a guess. Just a guess.
Gotta be smarter.
God, I mean, come on. Comes down to being responsible at some point. I mean, you gotta look yourself in the mirror and be like, good Lord, come on, man. Come on. Because, I mean, come on, let's go ahead and touch on it, Prime. This wasn't the only guy got busted for OWI this weekend. So we all,
no.
We all see the other one, too, man. Come on. We all see
Tiger Woods.
Oh, yeah, come on.
He's on his comeback after his 4th back surgery.
Oh, Tiger. Oh, come on, man. What's with these guys? He's the same way. Like, really? Really? Of all the
Stayed at the Hooters a little too late.
Yeah, come on, man. You're filthy rich. There's no way I would even ever chance it. Because you know if you get pulled over, they're straight hauling your ass in. Because they're going to be like, oh, dude, bro, I got Tiger Woods. I'm going to be all over the news. I'm hauling him in. Without a second thought. They're not going to let you go. No way. You're going to be famous.
Did you see his mugshot?
Oh, yeah, of course I did.
Oh, he looked rough.
He's just got that. He's got the. Oh my God! Look.
Yep.
Oh, what's up, Mark Anthony? Got Terry. Terry's always with us up in New York. Yeah. Oh, the poor guys. I tell you, bad choice.
Tiger Woods' best days are behind him.
You think?
But I still think that he could play at a competitive level if he could ever get his back straight.
Wow, man. The problem with Tiger is Tiger decided, because he's hanging with all these other elite athletes in his prime, and he's in his prime, and he's dominating his sport, and these guys are dominating their sports, and he wanted to look like them. So he went and got all beefed up. Well, the truth of the matter is, he was kicking ass before he was all beefed up. He didn't need to go get all beefed up.
You see those guns, though?
I know, but he put it...
golf polo?
He put more stress and wear on his body than he ever needed to. More stress and wear on his back than he ever needed to, lifting weights unnecessarily for the sport that he was doing. Because him getting big and beefed up like that was not helping him at golf. So, I'm telling you, it's got something to do with it. I think he overdid it.
Looked like a running back.
I think he overdid it, and now he's paying the price for it. Couple other wide receivers who have moved around and are looking, had some good things about them coming out of OTAs. One is Robert Woods, who's with the Rams. He's saying he wants to be the number one there, and that he thinks he deserves to be the number one there. Now, I don't know about that, but and I don't know who's throwing him the ball, the Rams anyway, that he thinks being the number one, there's some prize anyway, but he's squawking already, so.
Yeah, Robert Woods out of USC.
Yeah.
He has big playability.
Yeah, absolutely. But he hasn't been consistent. He wasn't in Buffalo.
No, he wasn't in Buffalo because he did suffer from some injuries, and I'm sorry, but their quarterback situation isn't ideal for a guy out of USC who wants, a big arm, stand in the pocket and deliver the ball deep downfield.
Yeah.
So maybe Jared Goff can be that for the Rams.
If he can get on the field.
And besides, they do already have Tavon Austin, who I don't know if he's a number one.
I don't know.
But they treat him like one.
He's like a Swiss Army knife kind of player. I don't.
Yeah.
He's a gadgety type guy. I don't know if I call him the number one or not. I followed him a little bit because I had him on my fantasy team the last couple of years, and he's just the way they use him is, and I don't know now that they've got some new coaching in there, and maybe that's going to change, but they just I don't know. It's like they were forcing how they were trying to use him, like they were trying to force him into the offense. He was just all over the place.
Well, I mean, they were looking for any way they could get him the ball because he is electric when he has the ball in his hands. If you can get Tavon Austin in the open field, maybe one-on-one with a defender, there's a good chance he's going to win that one-on-one matchup.
Yeah, every time.
And
that's why I had him. I mean, that's why I had him, because I thought in a PPR league he was going to be big. And he had flashes. He had some good games for me, but, overall not. Another move, former Raider, Terrell Pryor, has he's been getting some real positive buzz out of the Washington Redskins camp over this kid. He switched himself from quarterback to wide receiver to stay relevant in the league. Tim Tebow should have took some notes from this guy. Maybe if he would have switched himself to freaking tight end or fullback, he could have still been playing. He gave up on the quarterback dream.
Fullbacks are dying. He would have had to be a tight end.
Yeah, but this guy went and changed positions, made himself as a relevant wide receiver with the Browns, and now has went and got him a job at the Redskins. And there's some good things coming out about him. So
yeah, well, he's a real talented athlete.
Absolutely.
He was probably one of the best offensive Browns there were. He was key in... Yeah, no, that's not saying much.
No, but it's true.
Yeah.
It's true.
And, of course, they got the gunslinger, Kirk Cousins.
Yeah. I mean, Kirk Cousins got to have somebody. They don't have Deshaun Jackson anymore, so they've got to have somebody to throw it to.
Yeah, they still have wheels, though. There's a little wide receiver, Crowder, I think.
Yeah.
He's fast. He is like world-class speed. He will definitely take the top off of the defense.
Yeah,
so Terrell Pryor, he could be that sort of possession wide receiver there, that reliable third down guy.
Yeah, I was impressed at how he looked at wide receiver. He's a big kid, man. So he's fast. He's just
he's fast enough.
Yeah. Speaking of speed, and like I said, like we just mentioned, he'd left the Redskins. Another wide receiver has been getting a lot of buzz in OTAs that just has recently changed zip codes is Deshaun Jackson, who's at camp right now with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, his new team. He is getting a lot of buzz out of this camp about the speed that he has at the wide receiver position. There's been a lot of positive buzz about that move, and I think that could be a big move in free agency, adding a weapon to an arm like Jameis.
Yeah, Winston has a big arm, and Deshaun Jackson can run for days. He's one of my favorite players, actually. He's done some bonehead stuff out of the University of California.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, he does.
But,
he's a bonehead.
Yeah. Sometimes I'm a bonehead, I admit it.
Oh, aren't we all? Absolutely. I'm a bonehead on multiple occasions a day.
Yeah. That's exactly what I was getting at there, Chuck. His cousins with Crowder, Reed, and Pryor. And they usually run the ball pretty okay. So I don't know, the Redskins would be pretty okay. Maybe third in that division, second in that division.
Yeah, it's hard to say. But yeah, I think Deshaun Jackson could be one of those big ads that the Megatron the Megatron talk, Prime. I don't think it's gonna happen. The thing is, it's a totally different situation than the Marshawn and Seattle deal. Marshawn and Seattle split on amicable terms. There was good mojo between him and the GM still. Detroit and Megatron was a nasty breakup. They're still fighting about money between the two. There's no way Detroit releases Megatron. We would have to buy everything out, and I don't even know if they would sign off on it then. He's not worth all of that. I don't think it's even in the realm of possibility that we sign Megatron.
Yeah, I don't think it's in the realm of possibility, but he is worth all of that. I mean, he is worlds better than Crabtree and Amari Cooper.
Wow. He's very, very good. I don't know if he's worlds better, but he's very, very good. I don't even know how much it would cost to buy him out completely. I mean, because I think that's what you would have to do, is they would want made whole completely. I don't think they would be willing to bargain and give you any sort of cheap deal.
No, not at all. They're not going to let him go.
No, I don't see any way. I don't know. No. And if you're just starting to have this conversation now, when you're talking about you still got Derek Carr you got to sign, and you still got Gabe Jackson we got to sign before training camp, and you're trying to spin a Megatron deal, no way. Not enough cap room. Not enough room. No way. Not enough money in the budget. No. If we were the Yankees and this was baseball, maybe. Because then it's just how deep do you want to dig in your pockets. That's, if it was that type of a deal, yeah, maybe. But
yeah.
Not in the NFL.
Well, to get back to players that are actually playing,
yeah,
I think, that wide receiver core down there in Tampa is pretty solid. They already had Mike Evans, who was a stud.
No problem, Nathaniel. I knew it was a rumor, and I knew as soon as I saw that he was going to be there, they were going to start flying. But I do not think it's even the realm of possibility. There may have been some chit chat and some talks like, wouldn't that be cool? But I don't think so. That's about as far.
Well, he did show up there.
Oh, he did show up there, and they did all go out and golf afterwards. Jack Del Rio, him, the offensive coordinator, Megatron, and Derek Carr all went out golfing afterwards. And so they were all together, just the four of them, five of them, shooting the shit and having drinks and playing golf.
That's a pretty good time. I would have driven that car for him.
Oh yeah. So there was some chit chats happen. I mean, a lot of meetings happen on a golf course. A lot of business goes on. A lot of business transpires on a golf course. So who knows? But far too many hurdles for that to happen.
You're on the back nine and you're 7-8 gin and tonics deep. Yeah, that's a pretty good idea.
Yeah.
Let's get Megatron back on the field.
Yeah. But I don't think that's realistic. Now,
see, if you're just joining us, we are Prime and the Commish. He's the Commish, I'm Prime. You can't see me.
You can hear him.
This is the Ghost to the Post. I guess that's what makes it the ghost.
Every Monday and Wednesday, we go deep, league-wide. Because everything that happens in the NFL affects the Raiders in one way or another. There's only 32 teams. So anything that's a shakeup, you've got to keep your eye on your enemies. So, and Prime, he's our resident sports guru, so he gives us a nice ulterior perspective to my own.
Yeah, I'm a fan of the league, guys.
What's up, Drea? Drea's traveling on Memorial Day. Safe travels. Speaking of rookies, Prime, I thought we'd take a little spin through the first-round draft picks and touch on where everybody's at in their process with their contracts. And you'd be surprised how many of the first-round teams, thank you, Raider Ed, all of the first-round teams, players are still not signed yet. The number 1 pick, Myles Garrett, did sign his rookie deal on May 19th with the Browns. So he's locked in. Now with the number 2, as I mentioned earlier, Mitch Trubisky is not signed yet. Now, you think that would have been a top priority since they sold the farm to jump up and grab the guy. You think they would have inked him quick, but...
Well, quarterbacks always take a little longer. They got that ego that needs to sign. You know, and although they put a cap on that rookie wage scale.
Yeah, it makes it a lot easier to get these. That's why I was kind of surprised at the number of guys that are not signed yet. You've got number 3, Solomon Thomas, for the 49ers, defensive end. He has not been signed yet. Number 4, Fournette, did get signed to the Jags, a 4-year deal, fully guaranteed contract, and no offset language in his contract. So
yeah, probably has a 5th-year option.
Yeah, he's locked in. They're definitely hoping in Jacksonville he's going to be the guy. They've needed the guy for a while, and they're thinking Leonard Fournette's going to be it. So hopefully so. Now, for them anyway. Wide receiver Corey Davis, Titans, still without a contract as well. For Tennessee.
Once again, it's another ego position.
Yeah, so you've got 3 out of the top 5 with still without a contract. Only 2.
Yeah.
Fournette and Myles Garrett have been signed. Actually, number 6, Jamal Adams, New York Jet, is also unsigned. So out of your top 6, only 2 are signed. Now your next 3 have been put to ink. Mike Williams, wide receiver of the Chargers, was signed on May 11th. Deal worth $19.75 million, fully guaranteed. So he was signed, but then he's been banged up and he has not been in their OTAs.
That's why he signed so quickly.
Yeah.
Trying to get that money while he was healthy.
He's like, man, I ain't good, guys. let me get this signed quick. Now,
$19 million, we'll take it.
We'll take it. Christian McCaffrey, the number 8 pick to the Panthers, he also signed $17.2 million deal with a $10.7 million signing bonus. He also he's went ahead and got signed on. John Ross, wide receiver for the Bengals, also has signed a $17.1 million deal with a $10.6 million signing bonus as well. So those 3 players have put ink to paper.
I still think that Christian McCaffrey will be the most impactful player out of that trio. And they did seem to give him what you would call rookie starter running back money.
Yeah, they did. There was a lot of hype on McCaffrey. But he's just kind of small for a running back. And I don't know.
He still reminds me of Reggie Bush. I watched a handful of his games while he was at Stanford, and there were times where it was evident that he was a man amongst boys, even at his size.
Yeah. Well,
So I watched him destroy the Iowa Hawkeyes single-handedly.
That was ugly. Oh, my God, that was ugly.
Between punt returns and runs and catches, all for touchdowns.
My God. Yeah. That was bad.
He'll make a little splash in the NFL. Kind of like Reggie Bush, but not so. He won't be in New Orleans, you know?
Yeah. True. Rounding out the number 10 is Patrick Mahomes, who I think we were both shocked by that pick to Kansas City. They have not signed him yet either. So you've got quite a few in your top 10. You've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Half of your top 10 has still not put ink to paper and been signed.
I expect a lot of those guys to get signed in the month of June.
Yeah, I would say you're probably right.
Yeah.
So
it's just, we have the holiday, of course. Happy Memorial Day, everybody.
Yeah, absolutely. Safe travels if you guys are heading home from functions you were at, barbecues you were at with your family, out at the beach, what have you. Travel safe on the way home. Don't drink and drive. Everybody make it safe home.
Well, Dalvin Cook might be the best running back drafted.
He may be.
But he had some off-field issues, too.
Remains to be seen, but I'm telling you, was it 1.9, 1.8 yards a carry was all Adrian Peterson got in Minnesota last season? You know, these guys aren't coming in to a great situation in Minnesota. I'm glad Tay-Train went and got his money. He wanted to get paid, but I don't think he went to a great situation in Minnesota. And then they go and draft Dalvin Cook. So now you got Dalvin Cook and Latavius Murray both shoved into the backfield. Now they're going to have money invested in both of them. McKinnon still thinks he's got fire in the tank. So, I don't know. That doesn't sound like a fit for success for any of them.
So who would you have drafted between Dalvin Cook and Christian McCaffrey and Leonard Fournette? Which one do you think is going to have the best rookie season?
You know, but it kind of depends on the team they're on, though. Honestly.
Okay, so
looking at the teams they're on, who do I think is going to have the best rookie season? You got McCaffrey with the Panthers, Dalvin Cook with the Vikings, and who's the other one you said?
Fournette with the Jaguars.
Fournette with the Jaguars. Who's going to have the best season?
Now, if you're looking at the teams,
Fournette.
You know, if you're looking at the teams, the Panthers were in the Super Bowl over a year ago or what have you.
Yeah.
I don't know what happened to him last year. Cam Newton had a bum shoulder or something like that. They had a bunch of injuries. Of course, they had that one stud linebacker. Got a concussion, missed half the season. So I think Carolina just had sort of a bump in the road season last year. I think they'll be back to at least playoff form.
Yeah.
This year.
I think so, but they're not a heavy running team though. I don't know.
But they are. They do a lot of run option stuff with Cam Newton. They are a pretty decent running team.
They do, and if he fits in well with Cam Newton, he could be big because they could really gadgety with him with Cam Newton. Gadget plays together, so he could be impactful. I think Fournette's got a possibility of just being, because I think they're going to give him the rock. Like, they're going to, okay, you're our running back, no ifs, ands, or buts about it. We're going to feed you the freaking ball. Go. And that's why I think he has a good possibility of being the one that could be the most successful, just because he's straight up 100% out of the gate. Going to get the opportunities. Dalvin Cook in Minnesota, like I'm saying, with all those guys back there, Prime, I don't know if he's going to get as much of the full. It's your backfield. It's your position. You run with it like Fournette's going to get in Jacksonville. I don't think he's going to get that in Minnesota.
Yeah. I'm not sold. on Fournette and the Jaguars, really. They didn't seem to be a running team last year. I mean, they were starting, what? Oh, they got Chris Ivory from the Jets.
Yeah.
And he's a joke. And T.J. Yeldon was their stud last year.
Yeldon, come on. You dogging on Yeldon? Yeldon and the Ivory combination? The dynamic duo of Yeldon and Ivory?
As long as they have Blake Bortles in the backfield, quarterbacking, I don't think they're going to do anything significant. So when you're playing from behind, you're going to have to pass the ball. And Blake Bortles is going to do a lot of that. He's going to throw a lot of picks, and it's not going to be pretty.
Yes, yeah, that's true. It's true.
But they had some talented wide receivers. Alan Hearns and Marquise Lee.
Yes, they do.
Yeah, they made a little fantasy noise last year.
Yeah, they absolutely. They we'll see. Like I said, there was a ton of hype on them last season. It was the Jags and the Raiders were going to be the big comeback teams last season. Everybody was right on 50% of that, but the Jags did not live up to the billing. So they've got a lot of young talent there. I just don't know about the coaching change, just going and getting. So, they wouldn't get Coughlin. I don't know, how old is he? How old is Tom Coughlin? I'm curious.
He's 11-7.
I'm curious.
Got 104 in dog years.
Jaguars. Wikipedia.
Tom Coughlin saw Father Time and gave him a high five. He knew the Dead Sea when he was only 6.
Yeah. 70.
70. So, yeah.
70.
That's what I said, right?
You were right. Right on the button. Right on the button. Nice job. Nice work. Good job.
Nah.
70. So, I mean, come on. He had some success in Jacksonville before, but that's,
Well, and you do know he'll run the ball.
He will run the ball.
He did it in New York.
He will run the ball. That's why I think I think they're really going to try to establish a running game with Fournette.
With that in consideration, I think Fournette's going to have a better season than I originally projected.
I just think, I think they're going to lean on him. So we'll see. I mean, now looking through the rest of the list, some of the other notables in the first round prime, Deshaun Watson has been signed by the Houston Texans because I think they realized how much of a steal they got on that, and they need to sign that guy quick. Getting him at 12 was a shocker.
The third quarterback chosen was a shocker.
Yes, absolutely. Then you've got the notable unsigned before through pick 22 would be Hassan Reddick, has not signed yet to the Cardinals. He's still out there. Darion Conley is still not signed contract with the Raiders yet, which I would like to see that get done. That has not gotten done yet either. That's still hanging out there.
Did the whole sexual assault thing get resolved?
No, it is not, and that maybe...
That's why he hasn't signed yet.
That's probably why he hasn't signed yet. I would assume so as well. Taco Charlton has signed with the Cowboys.
Best name in the draft.
Yeah, I guess.
If you like tacos.
If you like tacos.
Who doesn't like tacos?
Reuben Foster has not signed with the Niners yet either. He has not signed yet either. So, I mean, there are still... Jabril Peppers is also not signed with the Browns. So, there's still some big...
Yeah, he's going to be... Jabril Peppers is going to be interesting in the NFL.
He is.
I think he's going to be all over the field.
I go back and forth on him. So,
There was talk of him competing for the Heisman this year on the defensive side of the ball.
I know. I heard that too.
Yeah.
But, yeah.
I mean, he's no Charles Woodson.
He is definitely no Charles Woodson. This is true. This is true. Let's see. Pretty much, I hit all of the hot topics that I wanted to hit. Prime, is there anything you had left on your list you want to get out of the way before we wrap her up for this week? It's Monday.
Well, you know how the NFL channel does the top 100 players in the NFL?
Yes.
Yeah, well, Cam Newton went from number 1 to number 44.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, because they were
so
doing...
that just goes to show.
They were doing, what, 50 through 41 tonight? Or
yeah,
something like that. 50
and he's 44.
Was there any Raiders in there? Because I didn't get a chance to watch it. Because obviously I was here with you.
I'm not really sure it was.
Because if there was, I'll be touching on it tomorrow. That's for sure.
All right, we're looking at Jadeveon Clowney at 49. Jordy Nelson, wide receiver, Packers, at 48. Trent Williams, an offensive lineman. Michael Bennett, defensive end over there for the Seahawks. Larry Fitzgerald at 45.
Nice.
Old man Fitz. Cam Newton at 44. We got this Raven that no one's heard of. Jarvis Landry, the wide receiver for the Dolphins, at 42. And Devontae Freeman, who thinks he's elite.
He does.
Is ranked 41.
All right. There we go. We'll have to see what tomorrow night's brings. Doesn't look like that.
Yeah.
There. All right. Well, Prime, thanks for joining us. As we do every Monday and Wednesday on Raider Reaction, we go Ghost to the Post with Prime and the Commish as we drop back deep in the pocket and let it fly league wide. Prime, thanks for joining us again. We'll see you again on Wednesday.
You bet. Thanks for having me. Gilbert, you are absolutely right. Hail to the shield. So thank you, Raider Nation, for having me. Thank you, Commish. Raider Reaction. Can't wait till Wednesday. It's a hump day. We'll be back going deep league wide.
Absolutely.
I am, of course, Prime. He's the Commish. Come back. Watch us. Listen. Share it. Like it.
Absolutely. Right on. Like I said, Prime's here with me every Monday and Wednesday as we go deep, league-wide. And as we do every single weeknight here on Oakland Raiders football, we go coast to coast. We start right here, 7 o'clock Pacific, with a solid hour with the Commish and Raider Reaction. And then I throw it deep to the West Coast for another solid hour with the infamous Raider Bear. You got it from east to west every single night, Monday through Friday, starting at 7 o'clock Pacific to 9 o'clock Pacific, 10 o'clock Eastern, 12 o'clock Eastern, every single weeknight. So, see you right back here tomorrow night. Be just myself, the Commish. All silver and black, I'm ready to bring the fire. See you tomorrow. Peace, love, Raider Nation.